Hello, welcome to Build with Fidelis. This is Battered Constructions Limited. Thank you and welcome to our channel. Today we have QS Fidelis Maiba with us to give us an insight of this beautiful precast fence. He's going to give us on a step-by-step process of how they reached here. QS Fidelis Maiba, introduce us, please.
Thank you very much to our YouTube page. I'm QS Fidelis and we want to showcase this perimeter wall.
So where are we?
We are in Kikuyu, Kiambu County, and we are kind of doing the 3-bedroom mansionette. That's why we have seen now we start doing the exterior works before the mansionette gets to completion.
So QS Fidelis, there are so many questions. How do you do a precast fence? How do you begin with the foundation?
We usually do as the standard way. Most people in the outside, they usually don't do the boundary, the foundation wall, and that's why some of the quotations are usually like half the price. But for us, we usually do the standard way of a perimeter wall. You digging the strip footings we had shown in our previous video. Then you do the concrete strip footing with reinforcements. Then you put up the perimeter wall, the foundation stones. Then after you have seen the ground level, you are like 500 millimeters from the ground level. That's why now we start doing the precast perimeter wall.
Okay, so there's one question that I have been asking myself. When you're doing a fence, how do you deal with the beacon? How far from the beacon, or do you do it on the beacon? Give us a brief, inform us on how you go about doing a fence.
Okay, normally you should have the 4 beacons of your plot. Now where the beacon is, you're supposed to put your fence inside the beacon. The beacon usually has a plus sign. So your side where your number is, like if your plot number is 350, they'll write it 350, the other neighbor is 360, the other one 361, like that. Now you're supposed to be on the inside. You don't remove the beacon while doing the perimeter wall for all the 4 sides. So your beacons, all the 4 beacons should be on the outside of your perimeter wall. Yes.
So in a case where a client does not have the beacons, explain to him the process, him or her, explain to the client how he is going to get the beacons set for him to do the wall. Okay,
normally the person who is building, if you are using us, we have a registered land surveyor who we work with. If you have a title deed, the title deed has coordinates of the 4 beacons of your land. So we will come with a land surveyor. There's a charge that they will have. It's a day's job, 1 day's job or 2 days. They come, they put the new beacons in relation to the neighbors. We usually call the other neighbors if they are available. But because the coordinates are there, the beacons will be put in the exact place. So that's the first thing that you need to do. You call us, we get our land surveyor there, we put in the beacons, then we come and do the excavations.
Okay.
Yeah.
So roughly, how long does the foundation take?
Depending on the size, this is a 50 by 100 plot, and the excavation just takes 1 day to do the excavations. Then we do, as the excavations are being done, we are doing the steel reinforcements for the strip footing. So they are going hand in hand. So in less than 3 days, we have already finished the strip footing and we are starting with the foundation wall. So in a week's time, we have already finished the foundation part. The upper part is another 1 week. So 2 weeks maximum, we have finished our perimeter wall.
Okay.
Yes.
So now on this precast fence, I see something like a column, and now I see the precast, which we are so conversant with.
Yeah.
Tell us, what is this a column look alike?
Okay, this is the H-beam. It's a H-beam. It acts like a column. It has reinforcements inside, and it has the grooves that holds the precast in place. So we call it a H-beam. It acts like a column, but it's a very well done H-beam. Yeah.
Give us the features of the H-beam, the width, how high, or does the height differ?
Okay, the H-beam comes in 2 types from Kingdom Precast. We have a H-beam that can carry 4 panels, like the one which you're using right now. This is a 3.1 meter high H-beam. The cost is 300 when you buy one of it. And when you're having the 5 panel, when you want a higher height, it goes at around a height of 3.7 meters high.
We are used to seeing the 4 panel fence. So there is a 5 panel fence.
Yes, that's the 5 panel fence. This is the standard. This is the fence that we do on a normal stone wall at 2.4 meter high. 2.4, one panel is 600 millimeters. When you do 4, you get the 2.4. Isn't what wanasemanga the 10 stone perimeter wall.
Okay.
When you do the 10 stones, this is the 10 stones. But if you want to have a 3 meter high, you add another. There's a panel that is higher. You add it becomes 3 meters.
Also, there is a high fence in precast.
There is a high fence. There are people who are doing in Katanis, Yukimau. There's a big land. I don't know. Most people say it's Uhurus, but I'm not so sure. In Sabaki, you can see there are 5. It's like 100 acres fence with precast, and they have used the 5 panel.
All right.
Yeah. In terms of the cost, the H beam we are getting it at 300. And if you could compare doing a normal column, a normal column, you'll buy D12s, you'll buy D8s, you'll get a poker vibrator to vibrate. You'll have formworks. Fundis will come to do formworks. So all that work it cannot add up to 3,300.
And
It's more than 6,000, 7,000 shillings to do one column. And that's why we are saying precast panel is very, very affordable.
And it's finished.
And it's a finished house.
You don't need to do plaster molding, column molding. It's finished.
Yeah, the other one has a lot of work. A lot of work. You'll have to do the stab columns. You'll have to do the reinforcements. You buy the tumors. You buy the binding wires. You go and bring a fundi to come and do the column. You bring a fundi to come and do the formworks. All that is finished with a precast wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Explain to us why we are at a higher ground, and I can see your foundation is quite down.
Yeah.
Explain to us why.
Okay, as you can see, we have not yet done the backfills. We have just we are curing. We are currently curing. So our ground level is 1 stone below the foundation. So that's the ground level. So once we have backfilled, we'll take another video while we have done the final finish. You'll see the level of the ground is quite lower. This is just the excavated material. We will get it back to the foundations, then we'll see the final finish of the
Yeah,
fence.
because I'm used to you do your foundation above the ground level, so I was wondering why today we are up and the foundation is quite down.
We can see on the back side from the original ground level, we'll see how high we are.
All right.
Yes.
So tell us the features of this. The panels, you see they are a bit wide. Tell us how big they are.
Okay, this is the standard way of doing the normal perimeter wall of a stone. We usually do 3 meter spacings, and this is a 3 meter spacing also. People will understand this is a rainy day, and that's why the panels are a bit muddy. But after we are finished, we'll just scrub them to make them as clean as possible. But the spacing is the standard spacing we usually have on the other boundary walls, the 3 meter span.
All right.
Yeah.
So I want to understand how you incorporate this. Explain to us how the beam and block is incorporated in the foundation so that it can hold precast panels.
Okay, the beam and block, we have done foundation walling with the steel reinforcements. So the beam and block it's a mass concrete up to it is long up to the foundation. So we do a mass concrete of around 500 millimeters, 500 by 300 to make it stable, and it will hold the stones in place because the stones, they still have the hoop ions. So the H beam is very stable. Yes.
So it's concreted inside the foundation stone, so it's stably held. Then the precast can slide in. All right. So I guess that is a very beautiful insight. I know those questions that you have, we have had them answered. In case of more questions, contact us. We give you more information about the precast fence, and I know it is an affordable, it's more cost effective compared to the normal brick and mortar. Thank you. Follow us and subscribe to our page, Build with Fidelis, at TikTok, QS Fidelis Maiba, Instagram and Facebook, Battery Constructions Limited. Thank you.